Hello everyone. So will be joining us in 5 minutes. So we'll start by 6:05. Hello sir.
Mm. Hello, am I audible?
Yeah sir, you're audible. Uh, should we start sir?
Fine. Yes, am I audible now? Can you hear me?
Yeah sir, you were audible before also and now you're audible as well.
Mhm. I was trying to connect a mic, but it works well with Zoom. But I think there is some different settings here. But I think it's fine. If I'm audible, then I think it should be fine. It might be a little, the amplitude might be a bit less, but I think if it is okay, then it's fine. Yeah.
It's okay sir.
Yeah.
So let's get started sir. So
So
good
I
evening
cannot see.
everyone. Greetings from
I cannot see anyone else. Like it's just you and me.
yes sir. So we are going live on YouTube. So
Okay. Right. Right.
uh,
But I would need people to like coordinate and like volunteer. So for that,
okay. Um, we'll be having people in the chat section and I'll communicate their messages to you.
so they will not be here, like not the like on a video conferencing form. Like it's
No, like we can invite them if you want.
okay. Yes, because for some of the things I would need some people, and it's just based on the reaction also. But we start anyways. I'll just see what all we can do,
Yeah,
and then
right.
accordingly.
So, good evening, everyone. Greetings from Student Alumni Relations Cell. We are pleased to welcome Mr. Divyansh Apur to Alumnation 2020. He is one of the renowned mentalists and magicians who has worked in association with a lot of companies like Billion Minds, Insei Ventures, and Fab Hotels. He is an IIT Delhi graduate who has mastered skills in these magical areas. We will also be having a question and answer session with him at the end of the session. So feel free to write all your questions in the chat section. We are grateful to have you, sir.
Yeah, okay, so let me start. I think till now, like every single way this was, usually the show occurs and everyone is there, like they're speaking and there's the icon, just like in a Zoom meeting. So it's just like me talking on a blank screen. So I don't know how will it go because the feedback is also there. But let us see how it goes. So I don't know, like I cannot see all of you. So let us start with a simple experiment. I want all of you to take your hand in front of you like this. Everyone who is watching. All of you take your hand in front of you like this. Okay. Now take your thumbs down. Put your thumbs down, everyone. Now take your right hand up, put it in front of your left hand and lock it up. All right. Okay. If I have no way to check whether you are doing it right or not, but I just assume that you are doing it. Now what you have to do, you have to make sure that your thumbs are actually down and your four fingers are in front of you. Okay. Now you tap them once, you tap them once more, and you tap them once more. If you followed me properly, just the way I did, all of you will be able to do this. There's no reaction. There's nothing. No way I can know what's happening. But I think it's fine. Let me focus on the visual things. What all can I do? I've got this silk with me. This is like a very basic thing which you must have seen early in the days. I still do it because it appeals to me still. This was like one of the first things which I learned. So watch, this is a very classical, very traditional magic thing which people have been doing. Like now, it's just me looking at me in a mirror and talking. But I think it's okay. Okay, so what I'll do is, so just watch. I'll just put this in my left hand. And see, it's gone. It's completely vanished. Now this happened with my left hand. Let me just try to get it back. I just take it in from the air and I'll throw it back in my hand. Okay, now watch. So it will come back again. So this was one thing. Is there any way some of you can come up and at least show me your face that you are there? Like this is like completely just a mirror thing. I'm talking to a mirror. There's no.
Yes, sir, I'm inviting them, and when they'll join, I'll send them on the screen.
Why did you not organize on Zoom? It would have been much easier. I would have sent you the Zoom link and you could have just sent them everyone and they would have come. It would be more fun and the right way. So this is an interactive thing. Like it's not a one
Yeah,
way
yeah,
thing.
I
I
understand
have to
this.
I need a lot of people to volunteer and to make some choices and to do something.
Yeah, yes, so we'll make this out. Otherwise, we have Ishan with us for that time. Otherwise, I'm inviting more people to the stage
Yeah,
for
but at
that.
least have more icons, some at least some faces which I can see. And
Yes, I'm doing that. I'll invite people.
okay. So you like if possible you should have done this on Zoom also. Like, I don't
So
know, but what can we do?
we can shift to Zoom as well if there's a lot of problems.
Okay, let us see what can we do here. So it might not be possible. Just bring in as many people as the thing allows. As many people as the thing allows. And mute them, let their faces be there, and I will ask them to volunteer in some of the places. Okay.
Uh,
So for the next thing, I've got a ball with me. Now I want you to watch very closely. I just put this ball in my hand, cut it with my fingers, and I've got two now. Now I will show you how a magician does the 10 counting. Watch very carefully. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now this happened in my hand once. Let me try to do this again. The first ball I'll take in my left hand. The second ball I'll take in my other hand. I'll close it. And now it's vanished and it has again come here. Now in the next part, I would like you to pay attention and play a game of observation with me. I've got three balls in front of me.
According to Wikipedia, in
What is
physics,
this? Okay, so I've got three balls in front of me. The first one I'll take in my left hand, second one in my left hand, third one I'll leave in my pocket. Now I ask people how many balls do you see I have? But since there is no one to ask, I will just say the most common answer is two. Okay, so people say two usually, but I've got actually three. So I will ask you to observe once again. The first ball in my left hand, second ball in my left hand, third ball again on the table. Now how many do I have? So again, like people give different answers, 1, 2, 3, 0, based on what they've observed. But the answer is three. Once again, it is three. I'll do it one more time. The first ball again in my left hand, the second ball again in my left hand, and the third ball again on the table. Now how many do I have in my hand? Again, so the answer varies from 2, 3. At this point, many people I've heard they say one. Like I don't know why they say one, but they say one because of the way they observe. But actually, at this point, all the balls have vanished. They're all gone. Okay, so that is the thing with the sponge balls. Now I have no way to know. Let me see some faces at least. Like
So,
at least,
I shall be adding. There are some people from the audience, so you can communicate with them also.
but I need to see their faces, unmute a few of them, and talk to them, like interact with them. Because see, when I'm doing things with the card, I need someone to pick a card and then play some things with them.
Yes, so we have Sahil Nair from here. So he's from the audience, and you can interact with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would assume that you would be a cooperative audience. All you have to do is to follow my instructions. First of all, let me do a visual thing before I come to the interaction part. Let me do a visual thing. I've got this deck of cards. I have brought intentionally a deck with jumbo icons so that you can look at it in the screen very clearly. And all the cards are different. This is a standard normal deck of cards. Now I'll show you a thing in observation. Okay, I'm going to put two cards. The first card is the Eight of Diamonds. I think let me show this here. The first card is the Eight of Diamonds. This card I will put here on the left side of the table. The second card I will put here, but first of all, let us see what this is. This is the Five of Spades. All right. The Five of Spades I will put here on the right side. Now the Eight of Diamonds here, the Five of Spades here. I'll take the Eight of Diamonds, tap it at the bottom, and see. It will disappear. It will become the Eight of Hearts. Now this is impressive, but let me make it a bit impossible. I'm going to rise this card to the top of the deck. I will try to rise it and see now just if I wave it, this card becomes the Five of Spades, and here we have the original Eight of Diamonds. So this was the story which goes on with this. Now let us come to your part. I want you to say stop somewhere, like anywhere. This is the way I can make you select a card. Say stop. You want to do it very slowly? So
I
that
can't see. I mean, I can't see any of the cards.
no, you don't have to see it.
So I will say stop, right?
Say stop it.
Okay, all right, all right. Stop.
Right here. If you want to go down, you can go down. It will be
Yeah,
okay.
it's fine.
So look at the card which is here. This is the nine of clubs. Nine of clubs. This is your card. What I'm going to do now is I'll put this nine of clubs, leave it in the center, and I just leave the deck just as it is. And I just give it a few clubs. Now, when I look at you, I would assume that you are a person who does not want to stay in the middle. You would like to come to the top. So if I just snap my finger, I will see that the nine of clubs has come to the top. Okay? So let's do this once again. So I've got the nine of clubs. You just leave it in front. The nine of clubs goes in the middle, lock in the middle, and once again if I snap my finger and shake my hand, the nine of clubs comes to the top. Alright, this happened two times. Let us see if we can do this again. I've got the nine of clubs. I'll once again put it in my other hand, okay, and I'll close it up, put it at the bottom. I will snap and shake, and I'll try to bring it to the top. Now it did not come. We have got the four of spades on top. This is the point where we need to do some magic. I'll just take the four of clubs straight in my hand. You can see, I'll just shake it, and this will become the nine of clubs again. Now this was happening face down. In the next phase, I'll take this nine of clubs in a basic manner, like with all other cards face down, I will leave it in the middle. Leave it in the middle, just give it a sequence, and just leave it there. Now, let us take the second card from top, and that card is the four of spades. But your card is the nine of clubs. So I'll use the top card to locate your card. Just seal it up, snap, and tap, and now see. We have the nine of clubs here once again. Now, at this point, I will just take this nine of clubs. I will put it under a lot of burdens, and I just put a lot more burden on his shoulder. I will just lock it up, lose it here, and again snap and shake, and you watch. The nine of clubs once again comes to the top. At this point, I will just take this nine, and in a very comfortable manner, I will find a comfortable position for this in the middle of the deck somewhere. And I'll just put it there, insert it, and leave it there. Okay. Now, once again, if I just shake this deck and snap my fingers, you will see that the nine of clubs is once again on the top. Now let us make this a bit more like interesting. I'm going to give a bend in this card. After I bend this card, I will lose it. So you can see there is a bend here, there is a value there. And I'll just leave it here, tap at the bottom, snap, and see. The bend jumps to the top, and here it is, your card, the nine of clubs. So this is one thing which we do with the cards. There are many other things. So I have to do one thing, and I need some other volunteer, like because I can do it with you also, you only. But if there's someone else who what we can do. Okay, yeah.
Hi.
Okay, so we have Samrat for Salkar with you.
Yeah, that is fine. And I can look at you. What I'm going to do now is I will just try to let us see what can we do. So once again, you have to say stop anywhere you want. So just unmute yourself. I think you're mute. Unmute yourself.
Um,
Yes, right.
yeah.
Say stop anywhere you want.
Stop.
Right there. Okay. Right here. Whichever card it is, you just don't look at it. Just move on. So I will not look at it. I don't have to. Just in your mind and look at it.
Okay.
You don't like it. Now I will again leave this card in the middle, and I will spread this deck a little. Okay. Now it's a blank card opening. I'm going to move this over the deck, and I want it to start the card anywhere you want. At any location.
Stop.
Right here. Leave it. Now once again, I got this area. Just say stop anywhere you
Stop.
want. Right here. Now I have got around 5 cards. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only one card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2.
Yes.
Okay, 2. I will leave the 2 right because it's all the remaining on the deck. So this is the card which you selected by your name. If this is your card, the card which you thought of for initially, and it's under the blank card, that will be very interesting. Let us know what are you thought. We should put in the screen.
Six of hearts.
6 of hearts. My statement was your card will come under the blank. You can turn over the blank card, and you can see that the 6 of hearts is there. This blank card was now this is all good and right. But people will not stop there. They want you to close it because this was the random. I just snap my fingers and watch. This is
What card
also
is this?
the 6 of hearts
Damn.
which you came to. Now I'm going to try a next thing. This is a bit of a psychological. I want someone else to volunteer, maybe a female volunteer who is there because this would require some visualization and a bit of concentration. So someone can come. Just project someone on a screen. Yeah, so project someone else on a screen. So let us do another thing now.
So I'll come.
Yeah,
Will
sure,
that work?
yeah. So you just unmute yourself.
Yes, sir. I'm unmuted.
Yeah, and you can just stay there on the screen. The thing is, I'm going to do a simple imagination journey experiment with you, and you have to follow it. Like I will ask you to make some selections, make some choices, and this card which is right here has got a prediction for you, to which we will come towards the end. Okay. Now I want you to make some choices for me, and just follow your instinct, follow your subconscious mind. Imagine that you have got a deck of cards in front of you. Just imagine, visualize that you are standing in a casino table. There's a deck of cards in front of you. In that deck, there are red cards and black cards. In a moment, you will take away one of the two colors. Which colors do you take away, red or black? Just say instantly. Your first thought,
Red.
red, red. Take away all the red cards, put them out of the deck, spread them in front of your eyes. Now you can see there are hearts and there are diamonds. One of these two you will throw on. Which one will you throw on table? Hearts or diamonds?
Diamonds.
Diamonds will throw on table. Let them be on the table. The hearts which you have in your hand, look at them and spread them in front of you. In the hearts, you have got odd cards and even cards. I want you to turn one of them away from you. Which one will you turn away from you? Odd or even? One of them you have to turn away from you. Which one will you turn away? Odd or even?
Odd.
Odd. You turn the odd cards away from you, which means you cannot look at them. Which card is which? Okay, now in the odd cards, we have got 3, 5, 7, and 9. Let us just take 4 of them. We can divide it into equal parts. Out of 3, 5, 7, and 9, 3 of hearts, 5 of hearts, 7 of hearts, and 9 of hearts, I want you to take 2 cards You do not know which are them. You just pick two cards randomly because you do not look at them and put them in your pocket. Which two cards do you feel that you have in your pocket? Just your own imagination. Out of three,
Five
five,
and
seven, nine,
seven.
5 and 7. These are the two cards which you have put in your pocket. Okay, this is all your own imagination. Now you have got 3 and 9 in your hand. All right, they are in the game. You have put the others in the pocket. So out of 3 and 9, I want you to give me one card. 3 of hearts or 9 of hearts. Which one will you give me?
Nine.
You'll give me the 9 of hearts. So you give me the 9 and you'll keep the 3. Do you want to swap or do you want to stick with this game? You are now currently you have the 3 of hearts and given me the 9 of hearts. Do you want to swap?
No, no, I'm not. No, I don't want to swap.
So your card becomes the 3 of hearts and my card becomes the 9 of hearts. So
Hmm.
you decided to keep. You had a deck of cards in front of you. You took some decisions, and eventually you decided to keep the 3 of hearts with you. You could have used some type of like verbal misdirection to just frame questions in a different manner. But the end goal was this only to make you pick a card for you. Okay. So based on the journey and the experiments and everything, so you decided to keep the 3 of hearts with you. Eventually, I framed it in a different manner. That which card do you want to give me? But the idea was to which have you a card. Okay, from the deck of cards. So I had this prediction with me initially, and see, the card which I had was the same, if you haven't really thought of.
Okay. Wow.
Now, based on the same principle, the principle of this verbal misdirection, I would like someone else now to come up and let it.
Yes, sure, sir.
So anyone can project, whoever is there.
Tarun, can you just on your video?
Yes, on your video. If there's any other volunteer who can come.
I guess I understand this.
Okay, Tarun Sidambaram M. What does M stand for in your name?
It is actually my father's name, Muthu Sidambaram. M stands for
You are from like Kerala, Tamil Nadu.
Tamil Nadu, Tamil Nadu.
Oh, yeah, that's a good place. Like I watched a lot of Rajnikant movies in my days, my early days. Those movies like are very entertaining. Like whatever
Yeah.
people say, but they're very entertaining. Okay, so now what I'm going to ask you is, I've got three colors in front of me: red, green, and blue. I will make you choose one of these three colors, but not right now. So just think about them. Take some time and think about them, and let them shuffle them, mix them. We are going to select a color, and if I succeed, you will select the color which I want you to select. Okay. You've got three options. The probability is 33.33333% for any of them to be correct. Now I want you to choose one of them completely by your free will. Which color do you want? Blue, red, or green?
I have to say it to you.
Yeah, yeah. Say it to me.
Blue, blue.
Blue. Blue is the color which you want. Now this is your choice. Currently you have selected blue. I will just give you one chance. Do you want to change your mind and choose a different color, or do you want to stick with blue?
No, no.
Your will. You will stick with blue.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I stick with blue.
Okay. So have blue for you. Now I will tell you what exactly has happened. I had got this envelope and intentionally I put it like this because I have got a prediction behind this envelope, which I wanted to show you in the end. And this prediction is this.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Nice. Cool.
So that is the thing with the colors. Now, now let me show you some visual things for which I would like I can do like without the help of anyone. So there is a concept called psychokinesis. So early when we are in IIT, I was in IIT Delhi in biotech and biochemical engineering dual degree. So during your counseling, you must have heard about that program. People wonder why is it in IIT? Like it's related to the medical field, but like it's a very like useless field. Like it's like textile engineering and all those things. Just that there is no core things there, but just it gives you jobs in startups and analytics company and consulting company. So for that, it's a good field. So I was there for 5 years in IIT Delhi, and I did foreign internships 3 times. First in University of Chicago, second in Caltech, and third in University of Sussex. So in Caltech, there's a SURF program. You must have been knowing about it. So during all of these internships, I went to USA. I visited Los Angeles, Vegas, and I saw the magic culture over there. And I saw that there's an idea, the idea of psychokinesis, moving matter with your mind, which there is an institute also which studies it. But there is a way magicians also do it. So people, magicians and like psychics, they also try to do it. So I'll try to do an experiment in psychokinesis using three objects. First are my glasses, second is a spoon, and third is a key. Okay, so with the key, I will do something with the spoon. I will try to bend it, and the glasses are something which you might have seen some magicians do this on Instagram. So what exactly happens? I've been wearing these glasses for a long time. So I've got a connection with them, a very good psychic connection with them, and now they just follow my instructions. They just follow my mind. Okay, so I'll just try to get these glasses right here, and I think it's not working or something. Yeah, you try the lighting, everything is fine. I think it should work now. Okay. So here there is a
Wow, great.
motion. Now this happened with the glasses. Next object which I told you was the key. So I will try to rotate the key with my hand. This is just a normal key, so people can verify when they are present live. But there's no way you can verify now. You have to take my word for it. This is just a normal key without any cheap tricks involved. I will put it in my hand and let me get a very good view so that everyone can see. Yes. And
Yeah.
let me try to get some motion into this. Yes. So this was
Awesome, awesome. Okay.
this is the key. Now the third thing which I told you is the like stereotype of psychokinesis, which is the spoon bending thing. So I've got this spoon in front of me, and I just bend it in three different manners. Okay, so just bear with me and see it till the end. Watch it till the end. The first thing will be like this. Just bring it in front of me, and I think it's visible. Yes. Okay. So it would have a little bend, right?
Nice. Nice.
But like this is not all. Let me just get it in a different angle. Now what I will do is from this position, I'll try to make it more clean. Just one. It is already bent a lot, but I'll try to bend it a little bit more. So it will have a little bit more of the bend. And now
Nice.
for the last part, I will try to bend it complete using the standard way you see in the movies and the idea which you have. That is just by looking at it without even touching it. Okay, so now what?
Amazing, amazing.
And now it is completely bent. Now I'll tell you a very interesting story. The fun thing about doing these things in IIT. So when I was in my third year, I started formally like doing all of these things. And in my Speranza Fest, which was in IIT Delhi, I did the first one in 2014. So I have a video there also. Now when I do these things in IIT versus for the normal people, the people who are in IIT, they have a specific logical physics and like those way of thinking. And these things do not work by those principles. So almost always the explanation which you will come up with based on normal laws of physics and everything, they are always wrong. So I just knew that everything which I'm going to do, you are trying to find a logical reason for it, and there is no logical way. There's a very out of the box idea, which is very different thing. You have to study is like an art. And so most of the people would think that they are figuring out how it is done. Like people from mechanical would say, There's a 3D projection from this angle, this angle, this angle, things are happening, and I just be happy and laugh that yeah, it's good to hear that. So there is this thing. If you think too much about it, and if you just think until unless you study it formally, you will not get to the right approach. You will just find an idea to convince yourself that yes, this is the that is just like confirmation bias. Like you only know a few things, and you try to see the world only through the filters of those things. But that is what I'm saying. That if even if you want to study these things and learn these things, go and approach it in the right manner. Read the books, watch the videos, start from the basics. Don't just try to figure out a trick and find out how it's done and by your own normal understanding of the world. So a lot of things are involved. Now I will do one more thing. So I had planned to do a lot of things, but I can only do a few based on these things. Let me try one more final experiment. So this is something I have a good video of doing this with an audience member also on YouTube. And let me do this. I'll just do this with you only. I've got this uh, 4 cups in front of me. And I've got these 4 glasses, these white thermocol glasses. I just put them on top. Right now, you know that the nail is under this cup. Okay. But I don't want you to know. I might know, but I don't want you to know. Okay. So the only way to ensure is I'll just cover the camera and shuffle them. So that no one knows, no one sees where this is. Yes. Yes. Now we've got 4 cups in front of me, and under one of them there is a nail. I want you to choose a number between 1, 2, 3, and 4. Which one would you like to choose?
Third one.
Third one. Completely your will. We have never met before. We haven't set up anything before. I'll take the third one, push it in front of you, and my life is now in your hand.
Oh,
So I have a good formal video of this doing with an audience member on YouTube in the like Speranza video. You can check it there. But this is the closest I can do it on a virtual screen. Okay, so I think that was all I can do. There are many things I can do. If you invite me in your fest, Mood Indigo, next year, if it happens offline, I can do a proper stage show. So I think that would be more fun. If you have it next year or whenever you have your own fest, you can definitely invite me. I will tell
yeah.
you a few interesting stories. I was in IIT Delhi from 2012 till 17. Okay, so 2012 to 17, dual degree biotech. And I had a lot of experiences, like a lot of things. I did corporate jobs also in startups in different companies. I did internships and all of this process I went through. And eventually I realized that like all those things which you do, you really have to have that knack for it. Don't do it for the peer pressure of it. Like some people are not made to do a job. Some people are not made to do these things. You just have to find what is your thing and then try to convert it into a business. Don't think that this is wrong or this is bad. What a startup does, if you look at a startup, they have a product, they have a service, or they have a product or a service. They have a client, they have a channel to reach to them via the marketing, they have a profit, they have a cost. You can do anything and you can convert it into a business like this. You can even do online teaching. You can become a teacher for class 9th and 10th students, and you can earn a lot of money just by doing that. So everything which you like, which you truly like, which is your passion, you can do it, you can make it a business. Okay, so I play flute also. So last job I was doing was in Oyo. In Oyo, the company, like you all know, but I did not like it, so it did not work out for a long time. Currently, my only thing is for the last lockdown time, I used to play flute also. So I learned proper Indian classical music. You can watch a lot of content on Instagram for that also. So I started teaching flute. I found a market for it and I converted it into a like self business. There's no investment. The fixed cost is just like internet connection and nothing else. The skill is there only. The client base is very good throughout the world. Everyone wants to learn music. That is my client. All I have to do is to create a website, do some SEO, SEM, search engine, digital marketing, and I'm running a business from my home. So you don't have to just go find a VC, start a business that way. Okay. If you really are interested in something, don't do it for the peer pressure because you're one of your senior, your junior is starting a company, he has got a funding, series A round funding, so you should also do something just for the sake of it and pick up any random idea and go and do a startup. That is not the approach. If you do that, you will feel very empty in the long run. You will not be happy. You might feel instant gratification that yes, you are in the same league in the peer pressure, but that will not make you. Anything you take it up, you can convert it into a business, treat it like a startup without thinking that how others are doing it or what others are doing. Okay, so that is the idea. So follow this and then you will be happy, actually happy in your life. And you can do anything, like achieve anything and become anything, but that is the only thing. Find your thing, what is your originality, and keep improving yourself in whatever you do. Also, another thing is never think that in the present moment you are not good enough. Like this is a thing that we are not good enough now. Like maybe later we will be good enough. The thing is, every single moment you have to find and understand that you are already enough, you're already satisfied, you're already happy. All the other things are just adding to it, slowly, 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 gradually, gradually, gradually. They're adding to it, and then it will be another thing. It will be even better. The party is always on. It will be added to it, and then it will be a new thing, then a new thing. Otherwise, what will happen? No matter what you do, no matter what you achieve, there will always be something and someone more than you, and you will always feel that lack. This is one thing you have to understand. And instead of changing yourself for your friends, find more friends who are like you. That is the like one of the best thing I can tell you. That don't try to change your friends. Don't try to change you. Change you. Find a better company which is more in sync with you. Okay, so that is a relationship problem also. People get in a relationship with the only available option, like their batchmate, their classmate, the only option pool available. And then there is not a good match. And then they suffer later. And then they doubt the entire process. If the relationship thing is bad, it doesn't work out and this thing. It's just that because they did not have the good the wider perspective, the bigger pool to choose from. Okay, so that is the thing. You have to expand your horizons also. So I can keep talking like these things a lot, but if you have any specific questions, so now you can ask. I cannot look at it. So if anyone just wants to ask anything about IIT experience, about doing all of these things, about the jobs, about anything. I changed 6 jobs in the last 3 years.
Wow. That's nice.
Just because, and just because of the IIT thing, I can get a job in a startup anytime. So that is something which you can get even whatever your CGPA is. So the startup culture is actually. So someone said something about the mid-range. I cannot see the chat list. So how can I access it?
Sir, I can see them. So should I ask you?
Yeah, is there any way I
Shall I
can
see?
see it, like a chat on the side?
You can minimize the window.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, I got it. Yes, yes, yes. So now the first thing is telekinesis real or are there any tricks? So like this is the same thing. It's like when you see a guitarist perform on a stage, you see that he is just humming the things and something is happening. So what is? Do you think that playing guitar is real or is there any trick to it? It's just practice. There are tricks, there are ways, there are methods to do it, but you have to just find the right manner. So there are tricks also. There are real things also. You combine them. It lies somewhere near the middle. The trick part lies in the operational part of it. The real part lies in like actually studying it. Like when you study it, you have to really concentrate and do a lot of things. That is the thing. I think that the actual telekinesis which you are saying, which you see in movies like Magneto does, like that is not possible. That is not real at all. But these small things with the small objects, that I think you can do, but with a lot of like right approach and right training. Just like some things you see, like sportsmen can do some very extraordinary things, stunts and all those things, balance activities, gymnasts and juggling. You see, we cannot do it, but if you approach it in the right manner, you can do it. You practice it every single day, that matters. Okay, so that is the thing. And the so now the next thing is tricks भी बता दो कैसे किया this engineer management not. So ये जो है ना, like this question is a very redundant question, that how did you do it? My answer is to it very beautifully. Whenever someone asks me how did they do it, and the logical way is when you watch a movie. So suppose you watch Marvel movie, there's a green screen which is not real. There are a lot of editing happening. That is the trick of it, the trick of the movie. But why does it work? Because it creates an emotion in you. You know that it's not real. The trick doesn't matter. The trick will only matter if you have to perform. If you have to go out and perform and become a magician yourself, only then get into it. The same way, if you have to become a director, then you study video editing, audio editing, acting, and everything. If you're just an audience, you just look at it. You why don't you have this curiosity, like to understand everything, how everything works? Like you have your smartphone in front of you, how does the capacitor works? Like many of you might be knowing also, but some of you might be knowing there's a car going on, how does the like combustion engine works? Only the mechanical people will be knowing. If you just think how does everything works, there are a lot of things to see. Every single thing has got its own science, its own dynamics, but you have to choose what you want and then you get to the study of it. How is it working out? If you choose to be this, only then study it. Otherwise, just leave it for the people who are doing it and enjoy it. That is the thing. And other than that, you can read a lot of books. Like start from a lot of materials you can find easily online. And then someone is saying, is this related to midbrain activation sort of thing that is becoming? I don't think like that is a very different thing. Like it's a spiritual sort of a thing. This is like an entertainment. So I would say that this is more close to theater and performing arts rather than psychology and all that thing. So it's like that. So if anyone of you want to know something about the IIT thing or the other good things which happened, like how, so you can ask.
So actually, there are some more questions which we took before the event, and also it is coming on the public chat. So Ishan can just help out with those questions. I guess
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
sure.
visible.
Let me connect my charger.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, you
Yeah.
can tell
So,
me now.
so one is the question, like I think it is already covered, but still, how does mentalism work, and how do mentalists read people's mind?
There was a TV show also, The Mentalist. Many of you might have seen it. There he keeps saying one sentence, I'm not a psychic. Okay, I just study human behavior, but I'm not a psychic. But if you see its revision of its psychic part, he used to use a lot of tricks there. Okay, he used to do a lot of acting, a lot of tricks. So sometimes a lot of tricks are involved, which you project as mind reading. So for example, I might force you to choose something. I've got some cards and I will make you select the card which I want you to select, and I will act it out as if you have a free choice, and I will just reveal it from your mind. Doing good acting and theatrics. Some of the tricks work that way. Okay, like 30% of the tricks work that way. The next 30% of the tricks require a lot of skill and practice to actually like coordinate it in the right manner. And the remaining 30% are pure theater. Like it's just you create that atmosphere, you create that environment that you just get drawn to it, like the way it's happening. But if you ask me, the closest you can go to is it is not related to magic in general, it's related to normal human behavior. Like it's about non-verbal communication. I'll just tell you how exactly it works. We have got our intellect, our emotions, which goes inside of us, and three modes to express it: our face, our voice, and our gestures. Okay, facial expressions, voice, and gestures, and two things inside: our intellect and our emotions. Now, the generation of emotions generation, that is universal for every single human being. All of you will feel angry, all of you will feel love, all of you will feel sad in the same manner. But all of you will not express it in the same way because your intellect judges it. It puts a filter whether it's the right way to express or not. Should I express or not? Will I be judged? Is this the right place? And you just shape your expression in that manner. And that expression comes out through these three channels. Okay, your hand, your face, and your voice. In the voice, there is a pitch variation. In the face, all of these expressions. And every single expression, every single voice tonality, every single gesture creates an emotion in the other person. Which, if you train yourself, if you study in the logical manner, like there are six basic face expressions, and there are corresponding movements for it. If I do like this, this is happy. Okay, if I do like this, this is anger. The eyebrows clenched and this down. This is the standard way, and I will just create the emotion of anger in you like this. We just do like this. Okay, just by raising eyebrows. So it is direct relation. Eyebrows in, angry. Okay, eyebrows up, surprised. Eyes smile and eyes down, happy. So there is science to this also. Every single gesture. If I'm just sitting like this, it means something. If I lean in, it means something. If my shoulders are down, shoulders are back, everything has got an emotion associated with it. So there are many books which teaches this. You can combine this also in the presentation in many things. So that is the closest you can get to, which is called non-verbal communication and body language, to the actual mentalism thing, the real world application. Other than what I do, what mentalists usually do, that is an entertainment thing. Okay, so there the idea is to create illusions, psychological illusions, not actual. Sometimes it's actual, sometimes it's not, but that doesn't matter. If I find that I can do the same thing without reading your mind with a trick, I would do it with a trick. The idea is to entertain people. Okay, but that is the thing mainly. But you can study the non-verbal communication part very easily.
Yeah, yeah, right. So next question, how to learn these skills?
So you see, it's just like any art form. So if you want to learn flute, guitar, dance, even if you want to learn maths, what are the things? There are some basic individual elements. You learn those basics, you combine those basics to create a big picture, then slowly you get converted into a performance and then you present it. In the same way, there are some basic principles. Like for example, since we are talking about cards, there are three rules in card, three things, basics of card. Okay, so everything which we study, like when we are in IIT in physics, we see in the theorems and formula. So there are three basic rules of card magic. First is the like location of the card. Second is the control of the card. I can control this card to any position wherever I want. And third is the forcing of a card. So if I suppose I want to force you the top card, suppose this is, let me teach you this thing. This is nine of diamonds. I want to force someone to select this nine of diamonds. Now, how can I force it? I will just ask them to cut this deck anywhere they want. Okay. I will lock this position and I'll just give, after some talking, I will just tell them to check the card where they have cut to. And this will be the same card, the nine of diamonds. So those of you who are in computer science, they would say this is the stack thing. So this is just like a stack. So The first card goes here. I'm just putting it in a reverse manner, and then I'm just putting it up and showing this. But I'm doing it with some presentation. So there are some basic rules. You have to study these basic rules. For card magic, there is a book, Card College, volume 1 to 5. It's a very, very good book. You can follow it. And for mentalism, there is a book, 13 Steps to Mentalism by Corinda, from which you can start. You can find all of these things online also. And third, I have put my own course. There is a startup Front Row. Do you know? Like it is Front Row, which creates online courses on entertainment things. So I created an online magic course also with them. So it is there. Like you can see it on my YouTube channel. I will upload a trailer very soon. So I have put my own course there with that is startup, which has got many basic things involved there. But that is the only thing. If you want to learn, you have to approach it like an artistic perspective. Don't try to just get a trick and also perform. So what I did was in Rendezvous, I had a lot of fun with a lot of tricks with a lot of girls. So I would like to approach people with magic, and that was very nice. So whenever there is a fest, there is a gathering, go out and perform, see how it is happening, and initially just focus on improving and getting the understanding what is working, what is not. But you have to read books, you have to watch tutorial videos, like professional tutorial videos, not the ones on YouTube, and get into it, and you will find it. Everything will open to it. Okay, that is the thing. And also, let me give you my Instagram ID. I upload a lot of videos there. So if you have your phone with you right now, you can just follow me there. Just search it by this. Yes, you can follow me there, and you will get to see a lot of cool content, a lot of reactions. I keep going to a lot of clubs, meeting a lot of people, record their reaction. No, I don't think this is that is the same with learning any art. So this goes back to learning. There is a question which some I was wondering a lot of times: is there a natural talent, or is it something like we are only born to do? I have researched on this topic a lot, the psychology of learning, and I can tell you with 100% confidence, anyone, anything, person on earth can learn anything if he does two things correct. First is know the right approach, and second, practice it deliberately every day. You have to know the right approach, get a good mentor, get a good book, get a good teacher, and second, do whatever he says every single day repeatedly. So anyone can learn whatever you want to learn. You just need to find the right books, and you have to practice every day or as much as possible. Like take one thing and practice it 100 times, and you will do. So when we're preparing for IIT, there are many chapters like probability, PNC, and all, which on the first go looks very difficult. But those of you who are good at it, you will realize that after you solve the problems a few times, they start to appear to be easy when you go through it in a concentrated manner. So that is the idea. When you do the same thing again and again, it all becomes easy. And the exact answer is no. Like you don't need to have like born with some special abilities. Anyone can learn it. Anyone with a brain and two hands can learn it. That is the like simple thing. Yes, so
Right.
that is the thing.
I don't think we have any more questions, sir. Sir, if you can show one more small card trick in the end.
So cards, like we can do many things with the cards. Let me see what. Hmm, let us do something like very quick, like something really, really quick. Uh, you just pick a card, so like this only. So that would be just say stop anywhere you want,
Stop.
right here. Okay,
Yeah.
so let me show you a card, which just have a look and remember it.
Yeah.
Okay, you have this in your mind. Now again, I just bring it here, and I will just shuffle it a little bit. I'll try to mix it up. Okay. Now I'm going to ask this deck a question of where your card is or what your card is. So to ask that question, I'm going to draw this question mark. And every question mark has got one thing which this is missing, and that is its dot, which is its period. Now this becomes a perfect, complete question mark. Okay. And this period will answer your question. So what was your card?
Ace of Hearts.
So let us see if we have this.
Mhm. Nice.
So it's like the same principles, many basic principles applied, and then you just create presentations around them. You can do like many things with it. So since you all are here, I just try to show you one more thing. It's a very complicated trick, not very complicated, but it's the story you have to follow. But people with low attention span just lose it. Let me show you. Some of you might be able to follow it properly. And this is very like interesting if you can follow it properly. So see, I've got a card in front of me that is the Ace of Spades. For a moment, let us imagine that this deck of cards is not a deck of cards, it's a time machine. And the first card, the Ace of Spades, is the key of this time machine. Using this key, we will go ahead in time. I will take this key, put it in the center, and we'll go ahead. 4 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours, 16 hours, 20 hours, and 24 hours. Now we are 24 hours ahead in time. Ace of spades there, and I will just lose it in the middle. All right. But I don't want to stay ahead in time. I want to come back also. So I will take another card, which is the 10 of hearts. And with the 10 of hearts, I will try to reverse the time. I will take the 10 of hearts and put it here. 4 hours back, 8 hours back, 12 hours back, 16 hours back, and 20 hours back, and 24 hours back. Now we are 24 hours back in time. But how do we know that we are actually back in time? We would know if we see that the configuration is exactly as the way it was initially, which was the ace of spades here and the 10 of hearts here. So that is the thing. Also, if you want to listen to flute, I can just play some flute also for you.
Yeah,
Songs
sure,
or
sir.
so, is there anyone who is in music who has learned any instrument?
So your video got stuck. I think there are some net issues. Sir, we'll wait for sir for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think there was some internet issue. It has gone away.
Yeah,
So there is a question which is a very interesting question. For learning these skills, does one need to dedicate whole life or one can learn as a side skill? The answer to this is you can learn as a side skill, you can learn it as a full time and dedicate your whole life. The difference will be in your level of proficiency, which is you can either be a beginner, an amateur, an average, and then a professional, and then a legend. So based on how much you dedicate, you will stay at those levels of the ladders. So if you just use it as a side skill, you will stay an amateur, so as a hobbyist, and it will be there. Like you will be very good, but like it's the same thing as Mika sing song versus like Freddie Mercury song. Okay, so both of them are singers for the worldview, but there's a difference. One of them is a legend, and one of them is just like an average singer. So that is the thing. Based on how you take it, you will be that. You will be a magician. You will be a hobbyist, but your level of that proficiency will vary based on what you do. That is the thing. Now, the next thing I was saying is, if any of you know any raga or someone is from Indian classical music background, you can put it in the chat box, and I will try to play it. Other than that, like I can play something. Mentalist Leo Manor. How do you trick mentalist Leo? So like, it's what does it actually mean? Why do I want to trick him? So like, he is himself a mentalist. So let me play something now. So these are like Indian classical music things. Now let me play a song for you. I think you will recognize this song. There's a song, an English song, which became very popular last. Yes, yes, it's. Yes, this was it. For more of this, like just follow me on Instagram and you can subscribe to my YouTube channel also. I keep uploading a lot of music videos, music covers, and then magic videos also, and all the stuff which is out there. And currently, I'm just getting a lot of job calls. So just the good thing with IIT is you will never be jobless in your life. So people will you from Naukri.com from there and LinkedIn, and they will call you. So I've got a lot of job calls recently, and it's just like I do a job whenever I want to, whenever I want funding things. So I do a job, I get salary for 6 7 good funding, then I invest in my own things, and then I do those things. So that is the thing. So that is a good thing. And another important thing, like many of you, uh, नहीं भाई नहीं दिख रहा बिल्कुल भी. Just ask it again. Which is there, which is very important, is don't think that you if you have got a low CGPA. Yeah, I'll come to it. I'll come to it. The part in. If you have low CGPA, don't think that you are going to like it in your life. Like it will never be the case. All you need to do is to finish your degree and have the degree. I will tell you a reality, a harsh reality, and which I've not told many people. I had a dual degree program, BTech and MTech. In my final MTech dual degree program, we need at least like point in MTech to get the MTech degree. I did not get that. I do not have an MTech degree on paper. I only have a BTech degree of 5 years, and my CGPA is 6. Never found difficulty in getting a job, getting a good package. The next job, the salary which they are offering is like around 15 to 18 lakhs. So that is the thing. Never got a problem with it. It might be that you will not in BCG and consulting firms in Google and Facebook, but you will never jobless. You will never be like money without money, and you will never die of hunger. So don't let CGPA thing decide that those things. It might be that the friends are doing good. They might get a job immediately. You might get a demand is very high. And I'll tell you an inner secret. People in this world easy to fool just by your IIT thing. Like they will put you in a very you are not. You know in your heart that you are not, but they will put you in a very high, and you can just use this to your advantage, like to get a job or to do. Let them believe. Let them think us as someone like who is very great. I like you would be knowing this that it is not the case. In IIT, there are people of all types. Like the super like everyone is, but the common people in our hometowns, they just treat us like what are we? I don't think that is the truth. But if they are doing it like it, use it, buy it, and use it to your advantage. Now the clubs which I participated, I was in robotics club. Then I was in BSP board for. Then the music thing was already there. The magic thing was my own thing, so I never get a club. I managed the literati fest, and since I had a low CGPA, I did not get a POR later in my third year. But I had my own life going on. So every like in all the fest, I did my own show. It was very little competition, nothing, no one doing that, and it was that way only. So like it was only like BSP, literary club, music club, and robotics in the first year. All of those things, and there's a unifying factor to do. So you will find it slowly and gradually. So that is the thing. And if there's anything else, you can just get in touch with me on Instagram and message me. But the only thing, the last thing which I would say to you, which is very important, never let external circumstances make you feel unhappy or your emotions. They are the way they are. You have no power. Let them affect you. You just create your own path and your own thing. And you go to the right place, you will find the right thing and just follow it. Look at the cause of your life, not at the effect of your life, of external circumstances. Because you will realize, like after many years, it doesn't even matter. Many people in IT and many places who just do not understand this. Like there is confidence issue and this insecurity issue. So that is the thing. Like I never had any problem with anything, and I was no, I had a low CGPA. I had got in the MTech degree, but not getting a job, nothing. Everything was sorted. Okay, so never ever. There is a group of people in IIT. You will also find where that sort of a people that they got a low CGPA, they never study, and then they weep slowly, and they're very hopeless and everything. There is a group not be here, they might be here, but if you are, then just work on whatever you know, whatever you are good at, just make it. And in the worst case, have a coaching institute job, which is the thing which people say you can go and teach in a coaching institute and become a teacher. So that is never a case. And another thing, don't judge the type of work you do. Many people think that working in is less prestigious, doing this job is less prestigious. It feels like that way when we are in IIT, but when you come to the world, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all what type of work you are doing. As long as you're earning money and you're happy, you're projecting it, everything is fine, whatever you do. Okay? Yeah, that was all. If there's anything, let me know, or otherwise we can. So to learn telekinesis,
Like, I don't think any.
just watch some, just Google it, you will find it. So
Yeah,
we
one.
have this thing that if you want to do something, we will find it. So if you want to do secondary research, Google search, the way you used to do for your projects, and you will find sources, the right books, the right places, the right people, you will find it. If it is there, then there is a way. So just do it. Affect the stage performance. It's the theater part. Like if you see any TV show or any movie, the micro expressions only create the emotion. Just do one thing. Next time tonight, when you watch a TV show, any of it which you binge watch, don't get into the story. Get into the expression. Every second, watch that to say the sentence. How are they making their expressions? Just break it down into their nose, their lips, their cheek, their entire thing, and see that there's a direct that this change is affecting this. Okay, then you will see. And we are in the flow, so we don't notice it. So it affects everything. Micro expressions only affect our like what others perceive as our emotions. So that always affects like for the theater and for this. And you can even do a theater workshop or weekend theater like a short-term theater workshop. You just open up your expressions because in IIT very like introverted and nerds, so their expression is very low, monotonous face and a poker face. Not for all, but around like 60%, and which gives rise to the gender stereotype which is there. But you can learn it and improve it. Don't think that is something which cannot be improved. It is something you can improve. Even if you come from a like small town where expression is judged, you can learn it now and you can improve it. That is the thing. Anything else?
Right.
Let me know. Or else, like, how did you start your initial practice? So there's a story. There's no like no glorious story to this. Like one day. So usually, when people ask me, when girls ask me, or like in general, magic, I just have fun with them and then to just tease people. I just say that one fine day I was just sleeping on my hostel in IIT Delhi, and then an owl came to me with a letter for an invitation to Hogwarts. And then I realized that this is it. And then I went there. I studied for 7 years. And here I am. So that is the thing. There is no. It is just like you all see every art form around you. You have photography, you have music, everything is happening. Some of the catch your attention, some of them will not. Okay, everyone will find something. There are different people go to different things. So this thing caught my attention. It might catch your attention also. It might not. Something else, like many people, like I never like found any like too much about it, but there are many people who are very passionate about it because it caught them. There's no reason why someone becomes a rapper, why someone becomes a singer. It's just that something will appeal to you. So it just appealed to me, and I just found it, and I saw that the results are very good. Like in any other art, to practice a lot, but here, even if you are a very poor performer, people will do your magic. Like, and even if I'm a very poor performer, my speaking and like utterly bad. If I just do the trick correct, still it will work because of the like appeal of the thing only, the gimmick. So I think it works in the beginning, and that is why you will see that this is something like which is very like easy to do. There are many self-working tricks which you can do. You don't require any skill. You just have to present it, and that's all. So that is the thing. There's one more book which I would suggest you, which is a very comprehensive book, A Complete Course in Magic. I'll just write the name by Mark Wilson. This book is like A Complete Course in Magic by Mark Wilson, and this book has got a PDF also. This is a very, very good book to begin with. Okay, the author is Mark Wilson. It has got many things and many basic moves, and a lot of things with coins, cards, close up, and everything. So I think at the right time you will find like what is asking when you suggest any book. There is no book for it. There is no fixed book that this is a book dedicated to telekinesis. It comes in the entire bigger bucket of the psychological illusions. So I had some products with me like on Penguin Magic, which that so you can search it particularly how it works, and there are some self-working things also like which you can just do it. Uh, it's just that something when you get into this field, only then you will realize. This question I just give you a good analogy. Like if you ask me to get telekinesis, it's like you watch a dance. Okay, a dancer performing a dance. One particular move which you love a lot, like suppose a helicopter move or something. Ask that dancer, how can I learn that move? He will tell you the basics first. You have to just learn the entire dance thing to understand that one small. Learn it in isolation. So if you're like a guitarist, you have to learn everything before you can actually do like a vibrato or a very quick shifting, something like that. If you just see one piece and you say that I just want to learn this, it is not possible. You have to go to the right way. So whichever course you are doing, it's like the broader thing of the mentalism. So just learn it, psychological mentalism, magic in general, and get into it. And this book, A Complete Course, is a very good book. You can start from here also, and it will take time. So don't. It will take a lot of time for things to happen. So that is the main thing. But start only if you really want to do it and perform, not just because you want to know how it's done. It is like it will not make any sense. If you have to perform only, then learn it. Otherwise, just like figuring out how your things, how the architecture works, how everything around you works, without any use for it. It's just like in Sherlock, he says that your mind only needs to store certain. I put it with unnecessary information. Leave it for the pros who are doing it. But if you want to do it yourself, then learn it. Okay, and that book you can do, the Magic by Mark Wilson. Okay,
Right.
so let us end now. So it has been very late also, and you can get in touch with me on Instagram and be checking posts which I do there. And next
Yeah.
year, if you have a guest, you can invite for the proper full stage thing. Something I can do properly. Like, that will be fun, really good. Yesterday, I was
Sure.
doing a
Sure.
show called Goldman Sachs. It was a corporate event, and they paid a lot. Like in this thing, right now for just a 1 hour show, the corporate company pay you 50,000. So if I just do, if you do 4 shows a month, you're already getting 2 lakh a month. You don't have to do any corporate job. To reach there, it takes time. So I think I am like in the midway. It will take many more years. There are many like more people like Karan Singh, if you have heard of it, who are like they just take 2-3 lakh for one show. If you have managed any event, you will know that in your
Mm.
Mood Indigo Fest, how much the artist charge just for 1 hour. So that is the thing. So this is just like a business, like any of these things. It happens slowly, and eventually. Okay, so that is the thing. And whenever you have a possibility, to open up and normalize next year. If some of you are managing Mood Indigo, you can get in touch with me, and then we can just have more fun there.
So I think we covered all the questions, sir. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you for joining, sir. It was really uh,
So,
like
thank you,
very amazing. So
and all the best for everything in your life. There are many things which we learn. When we learn it, we realize that we have a chance to do it. So make sure you learn the right things before you actually apply it, particularly with your mindset while you're in IIT. But okay, so and then it will be a good time. Okay, so bye. Have a good night.
yes, sir. Thank you,
Okay, so
sir.
Okay,
thank you so for
bye.
joining us, and we really enjoyed the session. As what we also get from the comment session, like students really enjoyed it.
Mhm.
So thank you so much for making it today. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. The pleasure is all mine. I'll just see you guys later sometime and have a good day, have a good night, and have a good life ahead. Okay, bye.
Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
So now we'll closing the broadcast. Thank you so much for attending the session.